Oh, we are live? Okay.
Oh yeah, we're live.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing?
Hey guys, we're here another late night at Blue Suede Shoes Antique Mall getting some stuff done.
That's right. We are finishing up the back counter and we're going to show y'all how we did the finish.
We have had so many people ask about it, so
Yes.
we thought we'd go live again and give you a little glimpse at it one more time.
Yep.
So here
Yep.
we go.
Alright, on this, because this was so slick, I tried using sandpaper. Was not gonna, it just made it slicker, glossier.
Sure did. We'll let you
And,
see her there.
if I sound funny, y'all, I've been sick. So
Bless her heart, she
excuse
has been.
me. So this here is what I am using because I did not want to take a chance. I went and got this. It is tintable, and I had them tint it to the darkest gray that they could get. Okay. And what we did is we kind of done it in sections so we could show you the whole finish.
It's like a cooking show
That's
here tonight.
right. We got steps. And we're just using the whiz rollers. Hang on, Sarah. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm just going to get one so because most people don't know. Some people might. This is what I call a whiz roller. It's just fuzzy. Normally I get the shorter ones. They did not have any, so.
And the shorter ones have a yellow thread running
Yes.
through it, right? This one had the green. I think
Yeah.
that it must be for sizes.
Yeah. So. And the main thing is you don't have to use a lot. Just want to get it on. And I did clean the counter with 50-50 vinegar and water. And then I just sprayed it down really good, and then I used a cotton rag or paper towels or whatever to get all the oil and the grease off. But as you can see, it's just a thin coat. You don't have to use a lot, and it really dries quick. Okay, so we're done with that. I'm going to set that over here.
So step 2, we're getting our step 2 out of the oven here.
Yeah. Okay, and that is swamp mud. And Sarah, whenever I start putting this on, she'll show you the length of the counter, and we haven't used quite a 16 ounce. There's still about that much in here.
So it does go a long way.
It
So I'm gonna
does.
kind of, she's just rolling that on with the same type of roller.
Yep.
It's black because we've done the rest of the counter in it.
Yeah.
So just
And again,
really,
it doesn't have to be a thick coat. Just I'm not using a lot on the roller. Just I want to cover up the gray because that way I know it is double prime. Because whenever I'm in doubt, I'm going to swamp it out.
that's right. And this being a commercial used
Yes.
counter, we need some extra protection here anyway.
Yes. Okay, and that is it. We're done with that.
And let me show y'all kind of the length of this counter here. It does just keep going and going. So it is quite a big surface here that we're covering. And like Renee said, it hasn't even taken a whole 16 ounces of swamp mud, which is just fabulous.
Yes. Okay, now this
Okay,
is the
step 3.
Texture Magic. And Sarah and I really had it going on because what she was doing is she was mixing up the Texture Magic and I was rolling it on. And before we get through, we will mix some up so that you can see. But as you can, it's just kind of, you take Texture Magic, which is a white powder like this right here.
Comes in a can.
And you mix it, we mix it with Onyx and a little bit of water.
Just Onyx is her black Miss Lillian's chalk paint.
Yes, until you get about this consistent. This is kind of set here and it's got a little thick, but that's okay. And then you can see how much I have on there. And this is what we call just a slip slap. You're just going to slap it on.
And that is really, I don't know if you can see it on the camera. This is kind of a dried surface, so you may be able to see it a little bit better. But it is really creating that textured look.
Yes. Can they see me
I think if I get down low, you can really see it.
rolling it with the roller?
Yeah, and how she is just going multiple directions, too, I think is key on getting that. Because you don't want a real uniform look.
No.
You want it very haphazard, I guess.
Yes.
And I was trying to get low enough so you could kind of see that texture. I think you can see it there. And we are going to sand some of that down. We'll show you that here next. But you really want to get that look.
And if you do have a little bit of white that might not have got mixed up, we can show you something that'll take care of that too once you sand it. Because that is, sometimes you will have that, but like Sarah said, the main thing is you're just going to keep that roller moving in all different directions, just like that right there. And then
one other thing we did, Renee kind of touched on it, but mixing that up in batches too is key.
Yes.
Because if you let it sit too long, it will get dried out. So you don't want to mix it all for your entire project to use. You want to kind of do smaller batches so that it obtains the keeps the consistency you're looking for.
And it really worked well because while Sarah was mixing, I was going ahead and putting it on.
And it worked perfect. Yeah, because mixing all that stuff can be a little tedious too.
Yes.
So if you can find a partner in crime, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
We're coming down here.
Okay, now as you can see, and as you can, I mean, that's rough. That is really rough. And so this is the sandpaper we use. It's just 220. And I'll just take a piece that we've already used. And all we're going to do is just knock down, oh, I hate that sound.
I know, sorry.
And I hate it on there, but we're just going to knock down.
Kind of those peaks.
Just the peaks. And you just kind of want to stay in the same motions. And I always hold my sandpaper like this. That way these edges, you know, are not going to dig in. And then whenever you get through with that, you can just take a chip brush and you want to get all that dust off. Just like that right there. And then what I do is I'll take a rag, just like this right here.
And that is her half vinegar, half water mixture. Again.
Yeah, it is. I hadn't thought about that, but it is, isn't it? And then I'll just wipe down the rest of that dust. And then if you have a white spot, say like right here.
And what that white spot is created from is just not getting that texture magic. Because the texture magic is a white powder that you're mixing in the black paint. So sometimes you'll get a little spot where you didn't mix quite good enough, and when you sand it, it will bring that out.
And
so we're just
that's it. Okay. And so next, then you are ready to start with your next slip slap, which is her metallic. And I always say this wrong. Watermark silk.
Good job.
Yes. Okay. And
the metallic really brings out, and it's not too metallic-y, but it gives it an extra dimension. I feel that really makes it look great. I'm gonna come on the other side.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Now as you can see, I just poured out in a paper plate, and I'm just using a cheap chip brush. And I'm just barely pulling some of that metallic paint over here. And because if you use, I'd rather have less than more. Because you can always add, you just can't take it away.
Right.
And again, y'all excuse me for my throat. I'm not really following any pattern. I am haphazardly, and I'm going in really kind of like a crosshatch. Okay, now someone seeing this spot here may freak out, but that's fine because that is part of the finish. As Sarah will show you once we're through, she'll show you the other countertop that's already done.
And y'all, we have had the countertop done. What, has it been a month? I don't think it's been quite a month.
So.
But we have gotten so many compliments on the front counter. For those of y'all that are just seeing this video,
right.
This is the back counter of Blue Suede Shoes Antique Mall.
And we've had several want to know all the products.
Yes, we've had several people want to know all the products. Unfortunately, we were even sold out of one for a while, but we've gotten it back in. So that is, everybody that sees it's like, is this concrete? You know, it is just, it's just a fabulous look on a budget.
Yes.
Take a little bit of elbow grease, but
it's a fun one, and to not be afraid to play with it.
Right.
That's the whole thing.
Right.
You know, and you could also use a silver metallic, and it would give it kind of a different.
And I mean, I think you could even do, other than even the onyx, you could take it a little lighter if you wanted to, or
chocolate kiss would be pretty.
Oh, I bet that would be pretty.
That would be pretty. And use a bronze metallic.
Yes,
that would
be really pretty. But you just can't beat Miss Lillian's products, I tell you.
Now, I do want to show you something because of that right there, in case you decide, and which I did do in areas because I give it a different look, is I would wet my, like that right there, and just rub it. See what a different look that gives it? It almost gives it a tin look.
Yes.
But really that is how simple this is, and then say I see a plate like right here, say I want some more. I'm just going to add just a little and say it give it that extra added touch in that area. And that is it. And then we'll let this dry, and we will apply.
Go on down. Just stressing how big this counter is.
Yes.
I tell you.
Miss Lillian's DuraShield Low Luster.
I think the light's catching it.
Okay.
Put it down.
All right.
The DuraShield, the Low Luster. This stuff is amazing.
It is.
We actually have some on our front counter here, and we don't tell Danny, but we spilled a little paint on this, and it just wiped right up.
Yes.
So I think I need to DuraShield my whole house now.
Yeah. I don't think there is a scratch on it.
No, I don't think so.
I mean,
and we're an antique mall. We have people running rusty stuff all over this counter, so we kind of have a mess going tonight.
Yeah.
But I think Renee is going to show you how we mix this up.
Yeah.
She has a big old jug of Texture Magic.
I just poured my tin cans in there.
Yeah. Usually it comes in a smaller can.
What we were doing is about 3 scoops.
About 3 scoops.
Yeah, under 1 tablespoon.
Oh,
so
good.
3 tablespoons.
Okay, yeah.
And then I would just take and pour
try to see down in there.
the paint to where it would just kind of cover the top, just like that. You kind of get a feel for it once you have messed with it.
So she is stirring that up. And sometimes you do have to add a little water if it's a little too thick.
In fact, I think I added too much paint, so I'm going to add, and that's the beauty of it, is
you
just
really can't mess it up.
You can't.
Just keep adding.
Yep. And then I'll just dump this out over
so they
here.
Can see. Yeah.
And that right there is about the consistency that you want. It's just kind of like a little bit thicker than cake batter, I guess.
Batter, yeah.
You know. But y'all, that you have just saw us do the quick finish of the slip slap finish.
Of the slip slap, and it looks fabulous.
Yes.
So, all right.
All right, y'all. We appreciate y'all very much. And
yes.
we'll see y'all soon.
Y'all be good.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.